start. So when I think of empowerment, the easiest place for me to go, I think, is the definition of empowerment. And when you're empowered at the workplace, that means you have the opportunity, the resources, and the authority to succeed at your job. And honestly, it's a simple definition, but can be sometimes harder to put into actual practice.
For me, empowerment is, being responsible, being accountable for all your successes as well as the mistakes. So, so that's how you learn and grow wherever you are.
And for me, I think this will be a good working environment, and I feel that there will equal opportunities will be provided to every employee. And it also means you will have more responsibility at work. You should be responsible for what you and your team have done, and responsible for your customer, business, and brand. And I think last but not least, the innovation space, because if you can use your abilities to improve the efficiency and quality of work and bring more ideas. That's all.
I believe we all have a desire to be part of something bigger and feel that we're being heard, our ideas are being considered, and know that we're contributing to the success of the organization. Being empowered in the workplace gives us a feeling that we have some degree of control over our work environment, knowing that we're able to work with some level of autonomy because others trust us to make good decisions.
Me, I think first and the most important is listening, because listen to others' idea and feeling, connecting with others, finding gains, and gaining full understanding from each other. And the other way in my mind to empower others is respect and appreciate, because respect the work of others and learn to appreciate their performance. And I think trust is also essential. This is the foundation of mutual communication, teamwork, and business. That's all.
So I think Flora has pointed out all the, things. Yes, building for me, if I have to empower someone, I have to connect and build a trust, gain the trust of that person. Then boost the confidence whenever someone is feeling low or there are upsets in life, so yes, so boost the confidence in others. Then a small token of appreciation is always helpful. A small thank you note will also boost your day, and there will be a smile on your face always that I have got appreciation from my colleague. So that is the motivation. So small things, yes, building trust, gaining confidence, asking for the appropriate feedbacks, giving the appropriate feedbacks, be a good listener, so that the other will feel motivated and you always carry the positive energy around you.
Yeah, some really great points here, and I think it's echoed really just to be supportive whenever and however you can, whether that be listening or helping or supporting. I know for me, a lot of times the support comes as a senior engineer being an available technical resource, and maybe helping people there, learning and teaching, because by giving someone knowledge you can help empower them as well. And then also, being empowered yourself, really, showing what's possible, and, maybe stepping into new roles. For example, at Moffitt Trench, when I started, there weren't very many female engineers. So when I started and moved around in the company, I was the very first female project engineer ever at Mafi Trench. And then now in my research and development role, I'm the very first ever research and development engineer at Mafi Trench. So, you know, showing people what's possible and showing people that, you know, being the first of anything is hard. So when you show people what's possible, that kind of helps empower others as well.
I think collaboration is critical to empowering people, working together, keeping an open mind, and being willing to listen and consider input from your colleagues and team members, providing support and feedback, and providing a safe space. People should feel safe to share their thoughts and ideas and concerns. And leaders can demonstrate this by allowing others to take on challenges and providing opportunities for people to increase their knowledge and skill, encouraging them to have new ideas and new innovation and bring new perspective to solving some of the business challenges. And then giving feedback, like everyone said so far, the feedback is very important, and praising people for a job well done.
Yes, definitely. Because the first thing is when you feel empowered at work, you know, there is a sense of commitment, there is a sense of responsibility, and there is a sense of gratitude towards company, towards your colleagues, towards your stakeholders, I mean, whoever you are associated with. And of course, considering all these points, you will perform better and you will, you know, grow further in your performance, in your position, and wherever you are right now. So, yes.
So being empowered is great. Well, for example, when I have something that I've worked on myself and it's really taken in consideration, it's implemented to improve or change a process or the way we do something, it's a really great feeling. I think it makes you want to do more and help more and achieve more in the workplace. You want to do a good job, because I think when you feel like you've had an effect on something or you're valued, it's very important at work.
Feeling empowered has a positive effect on your overall job satisfaction. Myself, I feel very valued, trusted, and safe to have a creative outlet with Atlas Copco. I trust that my ideas are genuinely appreciated. They've always encouraged me to collaborate with others and participate and give my creative thoughts that can inspire others. As you know, others have said, it allows you to take ownership in what you're doing and really care about the work that you're doing.
Also, I have the same feeling with you three. Yes. I also want to emphasize that for me, it's about the self accountability, because it will be more willing to take on more responsibility at work when you feel empowered at work. And also more motivation at work, because namely it's more self-motivated. For me, it will make me have a higher target for myself.
I think the biggest thing for me would be to speak up. If you don't say anything when you're being unempowered for whatever reason, whatever it's doing, that will keep happening, whether that's a person or a process or a lack of resources or anything else. If you don't say something, it's exponentially harder to get it fixed. And sometimes being unempowered is an internal feeling, and sometimes it can feel like there isn't really anything you can do about it. And that's when I think it's important to remember that being empowered isn't all about doing it yourself. It's important to have a good support system, and that's why it's important to support others and empower others. And your support system comes in a lot of different places: your colleagues, your boss, other management, and even your family. So sometimes you need help, and so you just need to remember, and I need to remember sometimes, that it's okay to ask for it. It's okay to ask for help. Just because you want to be empowered doesn't mean you have to do it all yourself.
Yes. So for me, whenever I feel less empowered, as Nicole rightly said, I do speak up. I talk to. It is not always necessary that you should talk to managers. You have colleagues, you have friends at your workplace, you have your family. So having a good connect is what is important whenever you feel low. And yes, sometimes it's all in our thought process. And of course, taking care of yourself, then pamper yourself in a day, on some weekends, and go out and have a break, and let your mind relax, so you can come up with more confidence in your work. And of course, so that will that helps me. I mean, I have done those things whenever I have been in my low days, so that definitely worked on me, and I came up with new energy.
When I've had moments that I didn't feel empowered, I tried to take a self-evaluation and really think about what was causing me to feel less empowered. Depending on the situation, you may need to have a conversation, speak up and talk with someone. Sometimes it's as simple as a miscommunication that can be cleared up pretty easily. Reach out to others who can provide support. And sometimes you may have an idea that wasn't a home run the first time. You may need to go back and make some small changes to make a big difference in how that idea is perceived. Seek opportunities to learn more and increase skills and knowledge, and don't allow yourself to become discouraged.
When I haven't felt empowered, first I will think about and find the root reason for why I haven't felt empowered, for your own reasons or for someone else. If it is because of my own reason, then I need to think about how to change, such as improve my ability, change the way of working. If it is because of some others reasons, like Nicole Dana mentioned, try to speak up, and try ask for help, try to communicate to change this kind of situation.
When I was younger, I think the business environment was a lot different. The thought of empowering employees was somewhat rare. Over the last 10 years, I think there's been great strides in actively working to empower your employees. If I could give my younger self any advice, it would be to believe in myself, believe in my capabilities, and understand the value that I can bring to the company. Be more inquisitive, seek opportunities to grow and increase my skills, and speak up, make my voice be heard, be confident and get involved, and not shy away from participation.
Yes. So I would have advised to my younger self that accept yourself, accept your flaws, and work on it. And yes, seek for the opportunities, and no need to overcome your fears, and no need to shy away from speaking your mind or putting your ideas on the table. So yes, that's the main advice I would have given to my younger self.
I think the advice I would have given myself is to be confident, and also to encourage myself to speak up and advocate for myself. two or three things that my younger self was not very good at doing. But also to collect resources, collect knowledge, seek opportunity where you can, and find your supportive colleagues and use them as resources and use them for help. Your support network is very important, and just try to advocate for yourself as much as you can. Being a woman in a minority in industry is hard, and so it's important to have a good support network when things might go wrong or you're feeling down or stuff like that.
For me, that I think find a position which suits me and help me a lot. My first job is as a mechanical designer, but I found that not very suitable for me because I do not well in that area. Then I changed to do as a marketing people. I think this is very suitable for me. In the suitable position, I do what I'm good at and keep myself improving. Will feel more confident and make better performances. So with this, maybe comes more opportunities and it makes me feel empowered at work. So I think finding the suitable position helped the younger self feel more empowered.
Yes, there are few challenges which I have faced personally in my 13 years of tenure. So at the Atlas Copco, it's been 1.5 years. So whenever you join a new company, it's and mechanical industry is a male-driven company. So building rapport with vendors or with clients who are new to you. So that is one of the biggest challenge, and that can make you, that can, reduce your confidence and, make you feel less empowered. Even if you're not feeling the same because of your work culture, but there are some external factors due to which you can feel less empowered at work. So at that time, yes, I basically try to connect more and more with the vendors, having frequent meetings and to build the rapport so that they will have more confidence in me, even if I'm new in the team, and that way we can work together better as a team and for the project completion. So I think that is the biggest challenge which I have faced in my entire career. Whenever there are new culture and whenever we are dealing with the new kind of people, then it's always have to observe first, listen, then observe, try to gain the thought process of other people, how they are working, what they are thinking, and then react accordingly. So that way you can collaboratively work for betterment of the project.
I think for me, a big challenge was when I first started at Atlas Copco. I started right out of school, so I was young, I was female, and like I said, I think there were 3 female engineers at Mafi Trench when I started. So you kind of felt, at least for me, I felt a little bit of an outsider and maybe not trusted as much. And part of that is just being young and new, right? You don't know a whole lot. So that, that can be hard. And so I think it's the same as some of my previous answers is speak up and advocate for yourself and collect resources, collect knowledges, where you see the gaps in yourself, become confident, learn how to show people and gain that rapport that you know what you're doing and you know what you're talking about, and you can be a good asset to the company. And then I think that goes, once you can do that and people learn that you can be counted on to do a good job, then that helps you become empowered.
Just to take an example, when I looked for the jobs after I'm married but have no kids yet, I haven't seen many opportunities, and maybe because the employer worry about the uncertainty of the employee if pregnant after being hired. So at that time, I feel that the women do not enjoy the equal rights for work. But after I have a baby, it becomes being more easy to find a job. Then I comes to Atlas Copco. So I think this can maybe sometimes at that kind of situation, I will feel less empowered.
I would agree with everything Nicole said. There are times when I have felt like I was not empowered, and the best thing I can do is to have the conversations with people. Pull in my support. There's a lot of people around me that can support me in helping to get my confidence back. Support my teams. When your team is empowered, that can also empower you. So working together as a team, that's very critical to overcoming challenges. And know who you, there's a lot of people out there that can support you when you are struggling with a challenge. So pull in your resources and involve others to collaborate with. We had a tough situation at Atlas Copco, a project that was very difficult. We were trying to procure parts and in a very quick manner to correct the situation for this customer. It was very time consuming for the team. We were all working long hours and putting in a lot of effort. We were all exhausted after this. And I think when you're tired, that can also tend to make you feel down and maybe not empowered. And I received a handwritten card in the mail from the general manager of our company saying thank you for a job well done, and extending his appreciation for taking care of the situation quickly and resolving the issue for our customer. And I think a thank you, a personal thank you, goes a long way in making you feel stronger and feeling more empowered and just being recognized for your efforts.
So yes, I have in the same situation. When I started my career in my earlier company, so there was a situation wherein I had to step in on a project on behalf of my colleague, because he was in an accident, and I got on the project midway. So at that time there were, of course, many issues, and we were struggling with the execution and the document approval and all those things. And I was quite young on the job. I was new to the company, but somehow having numerous meetings, having feedbacks from my superiors, seeking help from my team and supervisors, I got the job done. And for that particular project, I got the appreciation specifically from the client that even if she has joined midway, but she has done a great job. And that small token of appreciation, those were very small words, but it boosted my confidence like anything. It made my day. And after that, there were many such occasions wherein I tried to motivate myself. No, I have to do better. And that way, I really felt empowered in that moment. Yes, that's it from my side. There are numerous situations, but yes, we can go on. List is endless, but yes, this is what I can think about right now.
So for me, when I joined as a project engineer, I didn't start as a project engineer. I was a design engineer, and I was in applications a little bit before that. But my first exposure really to the other parts of Atlas Copco came when I was a project engineer. And my role there was to do what we call core unit transfers, where you're the technical resource responsible for the core machine. And then some of our other product companies, the two projects that come to mind are one we worked on with Atlas Copco Shanghai and Atlas Copco Energas in Germany, and really being the main technical point of contact for both those companies for an entire project really kind of cemented, I think, my technical knowledge to myself, and really helped me be, that technical resource for other people that may have not known as much about some of our products, and really helped me become a stronger, better engineer because I was empowered to do so.
Me, last year, I have the chance to take part in one program. It names the Sales and Marketing program. At this program, I learned a lot of sales and marketing skills, and also have the mentor, have the coach to guide you to be more professional. And after this program, my line manager asked me what's my next step in my career. I decided to do the application engineer also with the marketing engineer. He agreed with me. Then I have this kind of change. This bring me a lot of challenge because I lack of the technical knowledge for me, but this made me more stronger this year because I take part in some projects as an application engineer and learn much technical points, and also communicating directly with the customers. So this helped me a lot and empowered me and feel more stronger than before. For me, it's very easy because I like reading. So when I, for the personally, if I feel not powered, I will choose to read the books which I think will help me. So I always let me be alone and read some books to feel empowered.
To feel empowered at work, I guess I get involved. I get involved in all kinds of projects. I try to include myself in supporting others. And for me, it really empowers me to lead my team and make sure that they are empowered and get them involved. We do a lot of meetings where we do a think tank and we just get together and pool our ideas and try to streamline our processes. And I really include my team in those things. I believe that makes me feel empowered when I see that my team is successful.
It is reflected in my day-to-day activities at work. So I always, I'm very social person. So I connect with my team members. We always share knowledge. We help each other, and I ask for feedbacks from my superiors. So yes, so that way, in small day-to-day activities at basically, particularly at Atlas Copco, yes, there is a feeling of empowerment in each day through small activities. And that is a continuous process for me, basically.
I think I like to look for opportunity where I can affect people or processes at work, or affect the way we do things or make things better. Makes me feel really good and makes me feel empowered when I improve something, or help someone. So that is a good feeling for me. It makes me feel empowered. So to look for those opportunities and to be successful in your job.
this whatever activities we are doing for the recruitment, and we are being heard, and we will be on we are under the camera, and for the first time we are seeing and meeting all the employees. So I think this is one of the thing which empower yourself. And so this I have missed that, this activity, this kind of activities, they empower me definitely.
I agree with that. I think it was just really nice to be asked, to be thought of, and selected to come on and do this video. So that alone is empowering. I would add just that I believe I've worked in several different companies throughout my career. I've been with Atlas Copco almost 9 years. And throughout my time with Atlas Copco, it is one of the only companies I've worked for that I have felt empowered. I think they encourage you to grow. You understand that there's endless opportunity with the company, and you're not limited to boundaries. And I think there's less hierarchy, so you're never viewed down upon. You're always encouraged to look up and continue to pursue other things in your career.